So this video was requested to me. Okay, it's very, very lengthy. So for the most part, I'm just going to try to let it go through. But we're going to watch it. The dark psychology of NBA 2K.
2K22 alone.
Okay, 22, 23.
Yeah, 2K22. Yeah,
Oh,
22.
Okay. How much?
So 2K22, I added up all of my purchases. And really only added up the $100 purchases.
So you didn't even go like the little baby one?
I didn't do the 20s, the 50s, the none of that. And it came out to be like, throughout the whole year, from the day the game dropped to the next game, I spent 25K.
Ooh.
25,000?
At what point does a video game stop being entertainment and just start becoming exploitation? That question is differently when you look at what NBA 2K has become. It's no longer just a basketball simulation, it's a psychological manipulation machine dressed up in NBA jerseys. Today I'm going to take you behind the curtain to show you exactly how NBA 2K has applied decades of behavioral psychology research to their game design. You'll see how they create artificial pain points, manufacture social pressure, and exploit your FOMO to keep you spending season after season. Once you recognize these techniques, you'll start seeing them everywhere. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the dark psychology of NBA 2K. You know, there was a point where NBA 2K's main concern was just creating a fun experience for their players, but as times have changed, so did the game. It started off with the slow introduction of VC in 2012's NBA 2K13. I remember reviewing this game because I remember saying in my review, don't buy VC because it's a slippery slope. You give people an inch and they'll take a mile. I recall people in my comments as well as 2K YouTubers calling me stupid and broke, and here we are all these years later paying for it. I mean, literally paying for it. According to this GameFAQs forum post I found from 12 years ago on NBA 2K13, it cost 75 to 125,000 VC to max a player to 99 overall. 75,000 VC is $20 in NBA 2K25 for those of you unaware. Now compare that to today, where it costs 325,000 VC to max a player, which is almost $100. Add in the fact that most of you are creating several builds annually, and you can see how you're spending so much money. Since the inception of VC, 2K has implemented things designed to nickel and dime you, such as My Team, the City, and Season Passes, but for now, I want to focus on my career. Have you ever noticed how your My Player in 2K moves like they're playing in cement shoes at the start of every new season? That isn't by accident, it's actually calculated. Your 60 overall rookie missing wide open layups isn't bad luck, it's just business. 2K intentionally cripples your player stats to create that exact frustration you feel when your big man can't grab a rebound over someone who's smaller than them. And I can break it down how it all works. See, there's specific stat thresholds where the game suddenly feels playable versus completely broken. For guards, you need at least a 70 ball handling before you stop dribbling like a middle schooler. If you're big man, you can't properly box out until your strength hits 75. These aren't random numbers. They're carefully placed pain points designed to make you feel the difference between playing for free and paying for an upgrade. We live in an age of instant gratification, so the game literally programs incompetence into your player until you cough up VC. Now compare that to how actual basketball progression works in real life, and it doesn't make any sense, especially considering the fact this game calls itself the realest basketball sim on the market, when in actuality you're just the only one on the market. See, in real life, you get better by practicing. Your jumper improves through repetition. Your handles tighten up from hours in the gym. But 2K flips that on its head completely. You can green every shot in practice with perfect timing, but your 65 three-point rating means those same releases will brick in real game. They've disconnected skill from result. And this makes you frustrated while the investors over at Take-Two Interactive are sitting comfortably like,
Tell them to bring me my money.
The player testimonies tell the same story every year. It's not uncommon to hear things such as, I spent 3 hours grinding my career games just to afford one attribute upgrade, or my center gets out-rebounded by small forwards because I didn't buy VC. These aren't isolated complaints, they're a direct result of a system engineered to make the $70 experience more painful than just $70. 2K knows exactly what they're doing when they make your 6'10" power forward move like he's wearing ankle weights. What's wild is how this mirrors psychological models used in other industries. It's the same principle as free trials that intentionally limit functionality until you pay. They create artificial frustration and then position microtransactions as the solution. Now to be fair, 2K didn't invent this, but they damn for sure perfected it for basketball games. Your My Player isn't weak because that's realistic for a rookie. They're weak because weakness creates that itch that VC scratches. It's funny too, because because this company claims to have the most authentic basketball experience on the market, but the stats prove this isn't about realism either. A 60 overall in 2K performs worse than most G League players, while real NBA rookies come in around a 70-75 overall if you check their in-game stats. I mean, they could make the starting point higher, but then where's the incentive to spend? That initial grind isn't about difficulty, it's a monetization speed bump disguised as progression. Watch any new player's first hours of my career, and they'll be missing point-blank layups, get stripped on every drive, and foul out trying to play defense. Then the same player drops $20 on VC, and suddenly their guy can actually compete. And just know, that night and day difference isn't organic. It's the exact moment 2K's psychological trap springs shut on you. You're not paying to get ahead, you're paying to reach what should have been the baseline in the first place. This becomes especially obvious when you look at how other sports games handle progression. MLB The Show's Road to the Show mode doesn't make your rookie pitcher throw 25-mile-per-hour fastballs. FIFA's career mode doesn't have your striker tripping over the ball constantly. Those games let skill determine success early on. And then you have My Team. The My Team mode uses various psychological and structure strategies meant to motivate users to buy card packs. These tactics are meant to generate urgency, exclusivity, and reward expectations, hence enticing gamers to spend actual money. These are the main ways My Team tricks users into spending more. My Team is all about assembling your ideal team to compete online versus other gamers. You can earn cards from just playing the game, but the trouble is, it's a pain in the ass. All it takes is being washed once online by someone with rare cards to have you persuaded into buying one of their card packs. It's the reason I don't play this mode. I tried it once and I got tilted at the fact that everyone that I played against is a demigod for simply $29.99. In My Team, card packs function like loot boxes. Players buy for a shot at acquiring uncommon or high value cards. These packs randomize character plays on the gambler's fallacy, with players thinking that if they keep buying packs, luck will eventually favor them. But the crazy part is that players might still get low tier cards even after paying a advertisement showing hundreds of other players what they're missing. New players get it the worst. Imagine loading in for the first time with your basic character, only to immediately see a squad of 99 overall players with matching outfits and premium celebrations. And they're not necessarily better at the game than you. They're just invested. And the just measuring hours. It's measuring how long until your willpower cracks. These exclusive weekend tournaments and rare item drops aren't about celebrating basketball.
Okay. So we're actually going to cut this one a bit short because what I'm seeing already and what I'm hearing from him talk about the video is more so of the money and the lucrative side of NBA 2K and the basketball game. And many people have been talking about how this stuff is just online monetization and stuff like that. But we always got to remember these people are very, very rich. This is one thing I don't hear people talk about in their videos when they speak like this. This is Matrix OG talking. They actually want us to enjoy being able to spend money online. There's many of people who have money. We always forget about that. We look at the game and we talk about for fun and for consumers and stuff, yada yada, but we're going into the new era where we just had COVID. COVID was just a test run. You don't think other things can happen in the future? You know, I'm not trying to, I just want to you don't think other things can happen in the future where there can be more lockdowns? Once that happened, I remember I was playing 2K19 and the DLC wasn't big. When we was on 19, it wasn't a big thing like, oh yeah, I don't even think like they had like, that didn't even start yet where you could start buying certain little DLC items and there was seasons. That didn't start yet, NBA 2K19, but they stopped the game. We couldn't play for a day because of the I can't breathe. It was one of the situations that happened, man. Once certain events started playing out and it started affecting the games companies, and they started promoting their stuff on it, I started seeing, okay, gaming is starting to become a little bit different and bigger. Remember, we are on a different and bigger type of gaming where we have people making money off of it. Content creators can steer the way people view your game. Think about that. These people are really making the game somewhere in the basement. No, you understand, we don't know how they make it, so it's their product. It's really like something they made to benefit off. It's just like if you made something of your own, one of your own little dishes or something, and you make the seasons this certain way and you the only one who knows it. You're going to want to benefit off that. So we have to give these people that same type of thing. So I get what he's saying with the psychology of making you pay for VC and all that, but it's like in 2K there is, how can I put this? There is a skill gap to where You can't. People do the no money spents. That should be the best way. I mean, of course, you can't go out there with 3 no money spents, but I'm pretty sure people can. If that was a thing to start off, people would hate it, because think about people who are really not good and they can't score at that weak point. So I get what he's saying, as in it's that little sword, it's that double-edged sword, you know what I mean? But it's like, do they not have the right to put a DLC in? That means other companies should take their stuff away. Fortnite should take away skins and certain stuff you could buy. You know what I mean? I understand how they say 2K's is to play. I get it, because they say it's more attributes when it comes to 2K, and dribbling and moving and performing. And if somebody else can pay and get their higher, this is why 2K did the skill-based matchmaking though. Do y'all see that though? So it's like taken away from the game. So it's a double-edged sword. It's like they want to do that, but we are too skilled in how we play the game, the meta. It's not just them. They would love for it to just be like a basketball game where people training, and you don't have to pay VC. You can go there and put a little bit of VC in if you want to, or don't even do that. Just go play My Career, get your guy up to a little bit, get this stat up a little bit high or whatever. Maybe in the future they'll probably implement, they're going to look at this and see it's a problem. They're going to implement some type of thing where you could get one of your stats high, you know, one of them or something like that, so you could perform in that way on the court, and you know, something like that. But I feel like it's a natural authenticity to their game to have VC. They could always just lower the prices and do that. They will, but they're going to try to find some way to either lower the progression system, because they're already struggling with the new skill-based matchmaking. Some people are going to think it's good, but I don't really think so. You know, it used to be random, or it wasn't like always like Sweaty's always just going to go pull up on noobs all the time type time. You know, it was just like, it was mixed. It was random. Like Sweaty's would go put up on Sweaty's. There would be Sweaty Parks, and you know, it's just, they did a lot of stuff where they did mess up the game, and you could tell they're going down more the trying to capitalize off their game, but they have to have it fun. I feel like if they gonna have some type of VC, whatever the case is, because all the other games we enjoyed had something to where you could pay money on it, you know, where you had to spend money on it. So it's like they have to have it at least being fun. That's the thing that is missing, where people will make these deep detail videos and break down 2K and talk about it in a certain way, because it's missing the fun. It's like they have all the VC stuff in order, and VC glitch, you post a VC glitch, they'll ban you and everything and else, but they have to get other stuff in order, right? He started talking about the badges. Oh man.
Tab tracking how many seasons you played, that's just a psychological anchor. All tools used to keep you hooked. That annual...
Yeah, of course. So he's explaining, like when he's saying stuff, he's saying a lot of the stuff I say is just not in a constructive video, and that's one thing I can learn from this, which I'm going to start doing my videos. After this video, we got to start just constructing and probably put it more in like a little picture format video shaped like this, so people probably listen more. Because I've always been telling people about this. That's the goal for a game. They have to do something to keep us in a loop. They have to, but they have to get more creative with it. They have to. That's any game. You look at any of the older games you did, they had some type of little pattern system that could keep you in the loop. Some type of goal to work for, whether it was a short form, long form. They had some short forms, some long form goals. Like, you get what I'm saying? So that's what they have to get back to. Creativity. I'd be saying this. This is how I'm going to end this video off. When we look at the real world, look at all the movies coming out. We got some bangers and some things that drop here and there, but it's slowed down. We don't have like the Scooby-Doo's, like Flintstones. Now I'm just don't take these names. Just think of any type of show that you could think of a movie, something that was like classic to you that hits. Like it's like you could go back and watch it and it can still give you that feeling just because of how the art was just made. Think of anything, like I'm just saying random stuff that come to my mind. Even like the movie Troy, like just anything, like stuff that was just classic stuff that people know, or Spider-Man. Like think of that, Spider-Man. Why is there not another Spider-Man, like something new that's just like Spider-Man? That's what I'm trying to do, is get you guys to see how stuck in a creative like shift. This is a shift, like a mental, this is deeper than just regular stuff we talk about. Companies not dropping the good movies, the shows trying to do repeats of the shows, and people are saying, oh, it's not the same, it's not good. Even the newer kids are not into it. The newer kids are more into watching a streamer or something like that. That's like the new thing for them to do, with their time. You know what I mean? They don't. Some of them have certain shows they probably like and stuff, and they can, you know, have times. But it's like stuff is starting to like slow down with the creativity. Them pushing out things. They're doing too much remakes of stuff. Fast 7, Fast 9. Why can't they? They have so much money, so much like just depth to do so much. Why can't they just produce more, right? And I think that what's going on with the companies now is that's why we're seeing so much firing, or even if we're not seeing a lot of behind the scenes people losing their jobs, they're trying to get more new energy in. Same reason why they ended E-League, they're trying to bring something new back now in a new way. That should be the perfect example of me explaining it the dumbest down way people can see it. Those are real examples in front of our face. The E-League, so many people lost their job. I just seen somebody talking crazy to somebody on Twitter about the E-League. Like, oh, you lost your job now, and this, now you scamming people because the E-League's gone. And you see how, so people, it's just like, we in that time, we in that shift. And I feel like it's going to change. We're going to get to a point in time where new creative stuff start happening, because of course my kids are going to get clinged to something. You know what I mean? They're going to get clinged and hooked to something, and we're going to see in those time frames what they're, but I feel like it happens on a certain time shift, like it does. Because they're going to have their things they connected to when they was, oh yeah, I like that, and it's new for them, and it's kind of like some of the stuff is going to be old from us, but some of the things is going to be new. All right, so y'all, let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know if y'all watched this full video and what was your take on it. I could see what he's really talking about, the money shares and percentages and all that stuff that we all been knowing about 2K. Damn, the ass hitting. We all been knowing this, y'all. We all been knowing 2K been like this with this. Our biggest bet is to hope we make videos like this. People like them up. They get a lot of views and people share it. They see it. Then they make changes, clear changes to try to combat us. So we can't even speak like that. I'll be happy. Hit the like, subscribe. I'll see y'all next one.